Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. In today's video, I'm just getting a little bit of homeschool planning done. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls, ages 12 and 15. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So we are going to jump right into it today. I'm only going to be planning for next week. I don't like to do a ton of planning all at once. At the beginning of the school year, I'll do like an overall kind of like general plan for our homeschool year, but I like to kind of keep it week by week because there are times that we just don't get, through certain lessons or things like that. And I don't want to have to change everything for an entire year if, our plans change a little bit. So the first thing I like to do though is just grabbing our homeschool cart that is downstairs, because this cart holds everything that we pretty much use regularly. It has all of my 7th graders independent work on here. It has our morning basket. It has a lot of my teaching guides and our readers. Usually I like to prep our cart for like first quarter, but I do like to pull this cart next to me at the table and just really make sure I have everything on hand. I also have my handy dandy planner, which is what I'm going to be using to plan. And then as I make plans, I will kind of go in and out of my library, like I was saying, to pull books and resources that we can use with our curriculum or, the subjects that we're going to be learning about in the upcoming week. But let's jump into the actual planner work. So with this one, it is the middle of September. So I'm going to be going to September, and I'm just going to very basic and light plan things out. I did share my planner flip through earlier this year, but right now I have my weekly checklist here, and then I have our morning time. Now our morning time has been going really, really well, so I don't really feel like I need to adjust anything here. So I'm gonna keep this page very simple. Now I usually do not complete my weekly checklist until I do like a lot of my meal planning and things like that, because this is where I put all the other things that aren't even like homeschool related in this weekly checklist. So I like to get my planning for homeschool done and then fit everything in, around that. So that's what I'm going to do. We are going to plan our morning time. And again, I did do a morning basket video, so you can get a little bit more of an inside look. I'll link that video down below. But right now I'm just gonna, very briefly and basic plan our morning time. I just wanted to mention as well that when it comes to prepping and planning for, the next homeschool week, there are other things that I like to do around the house to make sure that I'm not getting sidetracked or pulled away. I'll make bread, I'll prep meals. I really like to make sure that the interruptions and the errands and all of that are being scheduled out in a way that doesn't affect our homeschool. I know sometimes you can't avoid certain interruptions. Sometimes there's dentist appointments or doctor's appointments that happen during your school day, but that's okay. I just kind of wanted to mention that as well, that homeschool planning for me isn't just about what I'm writing in my planner. Okay, so now that I have our morning time kind of mapped out, I do like to go through and take a look at what we're going to be doing in each of the different subjects that we cover in morning time. So like on Monday, we do Mystery Mondays, where we use this Gather Round Unsolved Mysteries unit. I like to take a look at what we're going to be learning about for that week, just to see again if I have any resources that I could add from our home library. So that's what I'm going to be doing really fast, is just I'm going to be looking over our mystery unit. I'm going to be looking over our tea time together, and I'm also going to be looking through like our fallacy or anything like that to see if there's anything else that I can use during morning time this week. So we were about a week off in our tea time together last month, so I'm just kind of updating these now. So that's why you're just now seeing September going into our folder. And that is because, like I said, we were about a week or so off in our tea time together last month because things got really busy. But I'm just going to go ahead and update this now, and we will start September just a little bit late for tea time together. But we have really been enjoying this, so I wanted to make sure that this was taken care of. And then I will also have my kids pick out whatever recipes they want to do for their tea time together as well. So that is something that I will be doing, but my kids are not currently here, so I have to do that later. So this is what our morning time is going to look like for next week. It is very basic and straight to the point. But now we need to go ahead and plan for the actual week. Okay, so when it comes to planning out our week for homeschool, I do have certain sections. So these teal or blue boxes are for my 7th grader, and then these yellow boxes at the bottom are for my high schooler. And I really don't have to do much planning for my girls. It's more of just kind of like a guide. So this is what my 7th graders week looks like. Usually we finally found a good schedule and routine. And as you can see, she does language arts Monday through Thursday. She does writing only 3 days a week. We do a separate writing program for her. And right now she's currently doing writing on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. And then she does spelling 5 days a week, but that 5th day is a spelling test. Again, we use a separate program for that. And then she does math only 4 days a week, and she does math on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then when it comes to her history, she does do history 5 days a week, but I don't like to mark down the complete lesson number because sometimes we do multiple history lessons in one day because she's just really interested in what we're talking about. So I just kind of write the week that we're working on, and then I'll fill in anything that we do later. So again, that's why I like to keep a little bit of space in my planner. And then she's only doing science 3 days a week this year. She does it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And again, because I'm kind of piecing her science together, I'll just keep a section open in my planner where I write down like the pages that we cover or the topics that we talk about. So again, I plan very loosely. This is more like a guide, more than like an actual like really hard schedule, if that makes sense. It's more of like a guide of what I want to complete or what subjects to cover on which days, because as you can see, we're kind of all over the place here. And then on certain days of the week, usually on Mondays and Wednesdays, that's when we do health. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's when we cover geography. And this year I've been pulling a lot of different curriculum together and kind of like intertwining them. So it's a little bit of a scattered mess, but it is working out really, really well for us. Now, the last thing that she does, or the last 2 things that she will handle throughout the week or complete throughout the week, she has violin lessons every Monday, and then she does do French lessons as well. But for Monday through Thursday, she focuses on just using Duolingo on her phone. And then on Friday, she'll do like a big French lesson using Fluence French. So again, I know that this looks a little bit crazy, but it has been working really, really well for us because there are even a couple of days a week that we actually have to car school. So some of this is on the go, and that's kind of why it's kind of like pieced together this way, but this is really working for her. So now let's go ahead and focus on my 10th grader. Now, when it comes to scheduling things for Bella, I really just kind of write down what I'm expecting her to complete for the week, and then I just kind of follow up with her because we don't do a ton of work together anymore. She usually does language arts about 4 days a week. She does math 5 days a week with testing on that 5th day. And then she does do history and science 5 days a week. But on here you can see, like for history, she's on week 7. We did have her start history before our like official first day of school. So that's why she's a little bit ahead of us because we're using the same program with both Bella and Lydia this year, but they don't actually complete it together. So I kind of had her start her history earlier so that we can use the same books. And then when it comes to science, she was using Friendly Chemistry, but it just was not working out for her. So she's actually starting on lesson 1 of a new program in the upcoming week. So that's why it's showing that she's on lesson 1, day 1 for chemistry, even though we're weeks into the school year. So we have made some changes. I do need to make an update, a homeschool update video. And then for electives, she does French and driver's ed, but she also takes a couple of on-site classes that I really can't, plan for. The only thing I could do is, drop her off. But all the planning and curriculum and assignments are all done through the school. So she takes a photography class and a leadership class on campus this year. So that's why her days don't look as heavy, because she does have other classes that I don't teach or plan for. So this is what a week typically looks like for my kids. So now I'm just going to be going through our home library, and I'm just going to be pulling out books that I think would be great reference books for what I'm going to be teaching to Lydia this upcoming week. So she's going to be talking about muscles in her upcoming health lessons. So I know I have a couple of books that have a few pages that talk about muscles. I also have like a virtual reality set that goes over the human body. I'll probably pull that out and have her watch and use that virtual reality set with a couple of the lessons this week, just to, you know, make it a little bit more fun, add something a little bit different. But yeah, so now I'm just kind of going through our resources and pulling out anything that I could use for the upcoming week. So the last thing that I need to do is actually put together my 10th graders' next language arts unit. It's pretty simple. All I do is make sure that she has everything that she needs. She just recently turned in unit 1, so this is all of her unit 1 stuff. So I need to actually grade this and give her basically like feedback and have our little meeting about this unit. But what you're gonna see me do today is just kind of plan for unit 2 so she could get started on Monday. When we map these out, it's like I was saying, it's really simple. I just make sure that she has the correct, you know, flashcards that she needs to study, that she has access to the reader for this book or any other resources that she may need. So this is a really easy thing to prep for. So you're just gonna see me kind of look over this book and grab whatever she needs. So that is it for today. That is what next week is going to look like for us. This is a very easy, simple upcoming week. We don't necessarily have a ton of plans. My daughter does, like I was saying, she does have a couple of on-site classes, but we're pretty used to that schedule now and the way that we car school. So that will go smoothly for the most part, hopefully, crossing my fingers. It has been going smoothly. Let me just put it that way. And majority of my planning time is just making sure that I have the resources that I need available and already put in our homeschool cart, so I don't have to go and look for anything, and that my high schooler has everything that she needs for the upcoming week as well. But that is it for today. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.